Tigers News. I'm Kennedy Lamb.
And I'm Abby Garrett. We want to thank you for joining us for the news we've been following for you.
Super Tuesday, number 3 tomorrow, is expected to go a very long way in determining who will be the Republican nominee as primaries are being held in Florida, Ohio, Illinois, Missouri, and North Carolina. Florida and Ohio are delegate winner-take-all states, and victories there by frontrunner Donald Trump would all but assure his nomination. Florida Senator Marco Rubio is expected to drop out of the race if he has a poor showing in his home state, which polling is indicating. Polls show he has a commanding lead in Florida, while he and Ohio Governor John Kasich are neck and neck in the Buckeye State. On the Democratic side, Hillary Clinton remains the frontrunner, but again, Senator Bernie Sanders' campaign is hanging on. And the last several days' polling shows Sanders is gaining some momentum heading into Tuesday's primaries. However, Clinton continues to lead the delegate count by nearly a 2-to-1 margin.
Police and the public were seeking answers Monday after a gunman opened fire outside a police station in a Maryland suburb of the nation's capital, killing an officer in what the police chief called an unprovoked attack. The shooter opened fire on the first officer he saw outside the station around 4:30 p.m. Sunday in Landover, a suburb about 10 miles northeast of downtown Washington, D.C. A gun battle followed, with several officers shooting at the suspect, who was wounded, Stawinski said at a news conference on Sunday night, hours after the shooting.
Top Islamic State group commander Omar al-Shishani has been, quote, clinically dead for several days after a U.S. airstrike in northern Syria, a monitoring group said Sunday. Shishani is not able to breathe on his own and is using machines. He has been clinically dead for several days, according to the monitoring group. A U.S. official said on March 9th that Shishani, quote, likely died in a barrage of U.S.-led airstrikes on March 4th in northeastern Syria.
Liberal-leaning Vermont could become the first U.S. state to legalize recreational marijuana use through legislation, rather than by voter initiative, in a move that advocates say could speed its acceptance across the nation. State representatives this month are set to take up a bill passed by the state Senate in February that would allow adults over the age of 21 to purchase and smoke the drug beginning in 2018. The move follows a year of hearings in the Senate that lawmakers say allowed them to closely consider appropriate limits to place on the drug's use. The current proposal would prohibit users from growing plants at home and ban the sale of edible products containing marijuana extracts.
Police say they'll continue to scan the surface of the Hudson River in hopes of spotting the third crew member who's presumed dead after a tugboat crashed north of New York City. A Westchester County Police spokesman says units will continue watching Monday for the body of the victim. However, it's believed his remains are located in a section of the sunken tugboat that divers were not able to access. The 90-foot tugboat named Specialist hit a construction barge Saturday where workers are building the new Tappan Zee Bridge.
Today's odd news of the day comes from Colorado, where a Denver woman has been accused of stealing a taxi, but not before she told the driver where she was headed. The cab driver called police early Friday to say that a woman got in his cab and asked to go to a 7-Eleven store. Police say she then threatened him with a knife, kicked him out of the taxi, and took off in the vehicle. She later ditched the car before being arrested.
We can expect some wet and mild weather for most of the week before a shot of cold air later in the week. Alexis has our forecast.
Overcast skies and showers are the dominant feature of a low-pressure system that has moved into the area and is going to affect our weather for at least the next 3 or 4 days. For Monday and Monday night, we should expect rain showers to persist as temperatures fall back to the low 40s by nightfall. Tuesday, we'll still deal with cloudy skies, and we run the risk of showers pretty much all day. Temperatures should rise to the mid-50s. The pattern continues into Tuesday night and Wednesday. We warm up Tuesday to the low 60s, but rain remains. We'll have to be on the lookout for streams and creeks to flood their banks. Looking ahead, we see much the same for Thursday before a high-pressure system cleans out the clouds on Friday. But with that, some cooler air is drawn in, and then we get quite a bit cooler than we've been. Highs may not get out of the 30s for Friday. That's a look at the forecast. I'm Alexis.
They're in. Barely. But the SU Orange are in the NCAA tournament. Justice Dan has the details.
The start of March Madness was officially christened with Sunday's selection show. The SU Orange got in, despite most experts saying the Orange and their 19 wins would fall short. The Orange were named the 10th seed and will travel to St. Louis on Friday, where they'll take on the A-10's Dayton Flyers at 12:15. Syracuse is beaten by Dayton in the 2014 NCAA tournament. Maybe the most interesting part of the selection Sunday was the fact that the much-anticipated bracket selections were leaked on Twitter a half hour into the CBS selection show. The NCAA tournament bracket, looking suspiciously like the official layout of the secret document historically revealed only during the CBS broadcast, circulated quickly through social media. Every team, its opponent, and the seed lines were now readily available to anybody with a cell phone and the right Twitter feed. A surprised Jim Boeheim said it was the happiest he's been on Selection Sunday in the coach's longtime career.
Couldn't be happier for this group. Obviously, it's been a very difficult, tough year. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of tough games. We played 19 games in this league. Every one of them was, just as difficult as it could be. I think that, obviously when there's so much doubt, I think that a lot of negativity, that for these guys to overcome all that, I thought that I held hope that our road win at Duke and the Texas A&M Connecticut games and beating 5 teams in the top 30 would play out. And I think once we started seeing some of the teams get in that only had 2 wins against the top 50 or top 75, I thought we did have a chance then. But it's still, I'm so happy for this team. And, with everything that's happened this season, and last season, this season, for Mike and Trevor to get back to the tournament is just crucial. It's just great.
Kansas, North Carolina, Oregon, and Virginia are the number 1 seeded teams. When Kevin Harvick and Carl Edwards started bumping side by side on the final lap Sunday, many NASCAR fans had to recall the image of Edwards grabbing Harvick's throat in 2008's garage altercation. Or maybe they thought about the time 2 years later when Harvick called Edwards a fake, and Edwards responded by saying he had no respect for Harvick. 6 years later, there was no wild wreck and ensuing brawl between the longtime rivals. Just a clean, thrilling finish that left Harvick on top for the record 8th time Phoenix International Raceway.
Carl Edwards is going to give him a run for his money, though. There's 2 tires.
It's going to be hard for him to hold Carl Edwards off.
Austin Dillon dropping way back. Won't be a factor.
If Harvick can hold him off, I tell you, he's Superman. That's all I can say.
Well, he held him off right there through 1 and 2, but can he do it 3 and 4?
3 wide, turn 2. Everybody gets through. Next flag ends the race. There's never been a last lap pass at Phoenix.
Here comes
Carl.
He's under him.
He's
under him.
He's going to move him up the racetrack.
He's got him up the hill. Here he comes.
Wow, look at him slam.
It's going to be.
Whoa.
Too close to call.
I can't call that one.
Did you see them hitting one another?
I think Harvick got it by a fraction of an inch.
Carl just dives it in there, and he just takes all 4 to the bottom.
Here we go.
Puts that fender to the left rear quarter panel.
Bang. Harvick's going to bang him back. Bang.
Man, they almost wrecked right there. Only one of the closest finishes in history, if I had to guess.
Take a bow. You deserve
you earned that one.
You deserve it, buddy.
Great job.
That's a nice one right there, boys.
Oh, that is a good one.
Burn it down.
Congratulations go out again to the Mexico JROTC drill team, who are on quite a roll lately. The final meet of the year, the team dominated 10 teams at Newburgh Drill Meet Saturday, winning overall the overall championship. Inspired by senior Gretchen Arnold and Josh Van Patten, the team overcame many challenges and pulled together a win in decisive fashion. Seamus McDowell and Dakota Crumpton impressed with their first armed duel. That's it for sports. I'm Justice.
The calendar shows that teachers will submit 5-week marking period grades on Tuesday.
One of the biggest social events on the school calendar takes place Thursday and Friday. The variety show sponsored by the Spanish and German clubs opens up at 7 p.m. both nights.
There will be a parent meeting for the senior trip to Cleveland, Ohio this Wednesday, March 16th at 6:30 in the Pierce Library. All students interested in traveling to Ohio should plan on attending this meeting with a parent.
National Honor Society is sponsoring a school-wide food drive to benefit our local community. Please support our local food pantry by bringing in any non-perishable food items and placing them in the large donation buckets located in the main foyer of the high school. The goal for this year is 100 items.
City is having a career expo on Wednesday, March 23rd in the morning. This is for juniors and seniors looking for employment after high school. Information is available in student services.
That's it for us today. We're really appreciative that you joined us. For the staff of Eye on the Tigers News, we hope you've had a great day. I'm Abby Garrett.
And I'm Kennedy Lamb. Look for us again on Wednesday.